Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here for round number 2 of the 2020 Formula 2 season. We're here for the first anniversary Grand Prix here at the Silverstone circuit. And yes, we got 20 minutes of qualifying just ahead of us. In the commentary booth today is me, Miran FG, joining you for some more Formula 2 action. And yes, how great it is to be back at the home of British motor racing. Overall, a fantastic circuit, and obviously playing the 2 opening rounds in F1, F2, and F3. So for now, you should get used to this circuit quite a lot this week. We got 20 minutes of qualifying ahead of us before we get stuck in, though. With the qualifying session at hand, let's go through the circuit. So the Silverstone circuit, that needs no introduction in my opinion, but I will still introduce it because it is commentary tradition. The home of British motor racing, as it is called, and rightfully deserves that nickname as it was. First opened in 1948 and hosted the first ever Formula 1 Grand Prix in 1950, just 2 years after its opening. Obviously, this back in the 1930s and 40s was used as an airfield for the British Air Force in World War II, and was then later converted to a racing track. It's seen many different racing series over the years, Formula 2 namely. First came here back in 2005 under the GP2 moniker, and has raced here every year since. Formula 1 obviously has come here every year since 1948, with an exception in 1986, in which I believe they went to Donington, if I do recall correctly. But I think every series you can name has probably come here. BTCC, British GT, MotoGP, WTCR, and yeah, even Rallycross have come here. But it is a fantastic circuit, and it has been proven to be one of the most legendary racing circuits on the planet. Now, this circuit has seen a lot of revisions over the years, with its newest one coming in 2011, the Arena Grand Prix circuit, in which we are now racing on. Boasts a track length of 5.891 kilometers, that's 3.6 miles, and a total of 18 turns. And as we are on board with Ide Weitz, heading through the final few corners, we're gonna see what the average time around the Silverstone circuit should be, as Weitz sets a 1:47.2. That's going to be the banker lap then for the other drivers to beat. And yes, it'll be quite an exciting qualifying session, judged by how it went last time. Obviously, it was Rowan Schotanus, the Dutchman, who took pole position last time out here. We'll see if he's going to be able to do it again. Rosetta Martinez then crosses the line. He goes faster with a 1:46.6. The race winner here 2 years ago will be wanting to do it again, this time with UNI Virtuosi. As Tobias Schwulenberg now goes fastest, the man who did not have the greatest of debuts last time out, looking a bit better at the moment as he goes to the top of the timing sheets, 4/10 faster than Martinez. His former teammate Abrar Chowdhury, or sorry, no, I'm confusing him here, but Chowdhury goes up into 7th, that's 8th, as Daniel Fraser takes the fastest spot on the grid in the red UNI Virtuosi, the man who won the last race. The British Grand Prix will be wanting to take 2 and 2 here at home soil, obviously. And we'll see if he will be able to do it. Fraser obviously added 3 wins to his Formula 2 career equaling Rosetta Martinez and Thomas Mandek's record, both or all three who are race winners at this track. That's a fun little fact for you. Estonia Torn Konkum goes up into 17th. Rodrigo Jimenez goes across the line, that is 18th, as Adam Hidayat is 10th, as Jean-Francois Bilot up into 8th, goes the Frenchman. He's gonna be sent down to 9th though, as Ollie Boaks goes up into 8th. He's down to 9th, as Eric Adelberg goes up into 7th. The man who won the sprint race at Silverstone, the only sprint race, obviously, as we are unfortunately gonna have to ditch the sprint race format due to being a bit too much, a bit. How would you phrase this? I guess it overworks us a bit. But we're gonna go back to the classic, tried and tested format. Ara Chowdhury goes up into 12th, as Daniel Fraser, and as all the times have been set on the board, Daniel Fraser currently is fastest at the moment with a 1:46.261 from Tobias Schwulenberg in second, and Rosetta Martinez, the man from the Philippines, in third. So Fraser and Schwulenberg both 4/10 clear almost of Martinez. We'll see if they'll be able to keep that advantage over the field. But with 13 minutes to go, I sure do doubt it. Rodrigo Jimenez then, the man in the Prema, as he currently is in 19th. And there is Eduardo Silva, the Brazilian, goes up into 4th in the Trident. His third season with Trident. Sees the Brazilian go up into 4th. Matheus Poco improves up into 17th. Jean-Francois Bilot improves up into 10th. Once again, an improvement from the Frenchman, trying to defend his top 10 position. And obviously Eduardo Silva, who gets himself up into 4th. The man who scored his first ever podium in Formula 2 at this track back in 2018. It was a double podium for Trident. It will be now McLaren driver with Formula 1, Fernando Tost in second, with Silva in third. But it will be Martinez, who back then was driving for Campos, in first. Matija Dragovic, the winner here last season, currently in P5 in the Dams. Dams, obviously, who still keep their lineup from 2018 of Matija Dragovic and Håkon Olsen. The French team still putting faith in these two drivers, and I guess it has paid off. Dragovic really excelled in 2019, and obviously is looking to carry that on. Olsen did score a podium, or did he? I think he did score a podium last time out in 2019. Yes, he did. At the French Grand Prix, he scored a podium in Dam's home race. So I guess the Dams team are happy with their lineup. Torn Konkum then up into 14th. Torn Konkum there. Just behind is Martinez in the UNI Virtuosi. As Matheus Poco goes up into 14th, and Konkum getting not the greatest of runs on the outside line there. I think Martinez is going to want to get through on track at the moment, but with the DRS coming down the Wellington Straight, Konkum is going to remain ahead for now. Konkum, obviously, who contended for the Formula E title last season, had a very strong title run with a total of 2 wins. Unfortunately, could not clinch the Formula 2 title. That went, obviously, to this man in P6, Ari Soilu, who is just going to start his lap, and let's go on board with the Finnish driver as he heads into turn number 1. Abby, the fast left-hander, the right-hander into the left-hander, and then into the first braking zone of turn number 3, this little technical section, as he heads through the loop, and then Aintree. And now down the first set of straights, the Wellington straight. Now we want to get a good run out of Aintree and just maximize your chances into making a move into this corner. Brooklyn's left-hander, which swings into the right of Luffield. We've seen many iconic battles here over the years as you head through this little kink woodcut down the national circuit start-finish straight here. And then into the fast and fearsome right-hander of Cops. And the F1 cars, obviously, it is flat. You're going to have to lift or even be on the brakes a bit through these with these F2 cars. Now then, through Maggots and Beckett. And you can see it just absolutely, yeah, as fearsome as Cops, in my opinion. Maggots and Beckett, the left and the right, just takes such a strain on the car and the driver as you head on a chapel and down the hangar straight into Stowe. And brakes just perfectly matched with the curb then. Easy to run wide here, but you've got to make sure you don't do that, otherwise your lap will be invalidated. Then into the Vale chicane. And across the curb there, cutting over the curb, Auri Soilu, and then he's going to go just through Club and across the line. Let's see what Soilu can do and if he can improve. Unfortunately, he cannot. But in that time, we saw Adam Hidayat, the now American driver, improve up into third. The man who formerly ran under the Indonesian flag now has opted for his second nationality, which has now become his first. So that is Hidayat up into third position and only about a tenth of Daniel Fraser. So we'll see if Hidayat will be able to improve and challenge the top two. Looking at the Prema then, that's Rodrigo Jimenez at the moment, down in 20th. Not the best performance from the Brazilian in qualifying. Well, we wanted to get his act together. Let's see if he can do it now then, as he rounds Club, and he is going to go across the line. Jimenez does not improve, neither does the Dams car behind. And that, in fact, is Håkon Olsen of Norway in 14th at the moment, as he follows Jimenez through Village. Obviously, his teammate Dragovic 8 positions up at the moment. As there is an improvement, and that is Jean-Francois Bilot, who does break the top 2 and goes up into second. And he, look at that, only 0.02 of a second off the Frenchman is from Daniel Fraser. And yeah, very well done from Bilot then. Obviously a pole sitter at the circuit back in 2018. He took pole, and I believe it was the second pole position of his career. But Bilot then still on another lap then. Fraser and Bilot in the top 2. It's not the first time they've shared the top 2. Obviously last season at Portimao they shared the first row on the grid, and it would be Daniel Fraser who would come out on top, obviously, in that race, taking his second race victory since Bahrain 2017. We're looking at another Brit then, Ollie Boakes in the Carlin, as he heads through Cops, currently beating teammate Weitz, who is down in 19th and had a very good race last time at Silverstone. So yeah, I wonder why he is down there at the moment. Either way, hopefully things should be looking a bit better for Carlin in 2020. As Boakes in the middle sector, 0.2 off Fraser. So we'll see if Boakes could get himself into the top 10 with this time as he rounds Stowe. And he is going to head through the Vale chicane then. Nice and tidy through the chicane, and then just Club, and we're going to see what it will be for Ole Boakes. Not before Nikhil Wadji goes up in 10th. Let's see what Boakes can do as he goes across the line, and he does get himself into the top 10 as he goes P8, just ahead of Ari Soilu, now down in 9th. And we're looking at his teammate at the moment, Idevites, who is just rounding Luffield and then through Woodcut. Weitz, who we know obviously that he does have the pace on his day, but it's just been terrible season after terrible season, and obviously 2019 proving to be his worst season so far. He'll be wanting to just leave that behind and try and recover. You can see as we look to Eduardo Silva, you can see how many cars are just packed in here, and I can tell you none of these guys will be able to set an improvement. As you can see, if you can count them on your screen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars all in the same part of the track. It is gonna get quite messy here. I don't think we've seen a traffic jam in qualifying like this in Formula 2. But yeah, you've got the two Unite Virtuosos there, Martinez leading Fraser, and Fraser is trying to get past his Filipino teammate. And they're behind is Sundevik in 18th, and Poco there in 16th as well. And then I believe it is Alex Broster in 13th there, who is actually a 10th up in the first sector. So might he be piggybacking off the slipstream here? Who knows? He might get bogged down in the second and third sectors though. So he's just gonna have to hope that that does not happen for the Brit, and he could go up some positions here as they head into Maggots and Beckett's. And oh, and there on your screen, that was Fraser and I believe Sundevik, who's off, and Sundevik's into the gravel as Remus McGregor goes up at the 5th, but Sundevik has been sent into the gravel, and that car, I think, is going to be towed back into the pits. But what has happened there? We just witnessed Fraser and Sundevik coming together, and with a qualifying field this close, I think it was bound to happen. And this was Sundevik and Fraser going side by side, and Fraser just went wide, and just a slight touch sent Sundevik straight into the barrier. And I think that is going to be on Daniel Fraser, as Remus McGregor in the BWT HWA race lab goes up into 5th. So very well done from McGregor at the moment, currently leading his team at Shotanus, who's had quite the howler down in 20th. He does improve and it will stay in 20th. What about Broster? Broster goes up in 9th, ahead of fellow compatriot Ollie Boakes, who gets knocked out 10th. Ari Soilu then out of the points at the moment with 1 minute 40 to go in qualifying. But current pole sitter Fraser, a bit naughty from the Brits. There with an improvement, that's Abra Chowdhury in high tech. But we're going to look at that as Thunyatorn Konkum goes up into 4th in the MP Motorsport. What a lap from Thunyatorn Konkum, the man from Thailand. That is a very good lap, and it's gotten the MP driver into 4th. Nicely done. 1:46.339. There's Rodrigo Jimenez finally getting it together in the Prema as he goes up into 8th. Nicely done from Jimenez, and that should give him a pretty good starting spot for the race with 45 seconds to go in this qualifying session. Rowan Shotanos then in P21, as everyone is improving. He's just kind of stayed there, and obviously he is gonna want to improve. Rowan Shotanos then is going to come around club and across the line. Let's see if the Dutchman can improve, and he does not. Rowan Shotanos, I think, is just going to get another lap in, but he currently is in P21, and that's not something you expect from the Dutchman, considering his performances last season. Håkon Olsen, then as their checkered flag falls, will be the first man across the line, and he does not improve, unfortunately, for the Damster. What about Aura Chaudhary in 7th for the brand new high-tech team? In F2 as he goes around club, can Chaudhary improve from P7 as he goes across the line? He can, but he stays in 7th. Jimenez then in 8th. We'll see if the Brazilian will be able to improve. He's into the pits, I believe. What about Ollie Boaks then down in 13th? Can the Carlin get himself into the top 10 as he rounds Vale? And then it's a club. Let's see what Boaks can do down from P13. Let's see if he can get up a few positions. If he does improve, no. Boaks will be staying in 13th. What about the man 6 positions? 7 positions ahead of him. Remus McGregor currently in 6th. Let's see if he can improve as well, as he's gonna go across the line, and it is no improvement for Remus McGregor. So unless Shotanos gets his act together, I think it is gonna be pole for Fraser, unless there will be an investigation by the stewards, obviously for that crash with Sundevik. Matthias Poco's then going to go across the line. Shotanos comes in, so he will be starting P21. Let's see what Poco will be doing then, as Matthias Poco is going to go across the line. He's going to be the final car, or the second to last car. Sorry, we're waiting for one of the car across the line. No, he is the final car, and that means for now it is going to be Daniel Fraser on provisional pole. But we cannot award, we cannot say that is officially the pole, as there's obviously still an investigation going on by the stewards. So we're just gonna wait for it then. So it is either gonna be Fraser on pole, or it is gonna be below on pole position. And we have just got confirmation, actually. Yeah, Daniel Fraser will be given a 3-place grid penalty for the race. At the first anniversary Grand Prix, he will be starting down in 4th. That promotes Jean-Francois Bilot up into the P1 spot. Fraser is officially still awarded pole because he was faster in qualifying, but it will be Bilot who will be or unofficially starting on pole position. So drama already here in Formula 2, as Fraser will be not given his pole. And that could be quite big news for the British driver, as it could be the race win trivialized for him. But yeah, we'll see what he will be able to do from P4. That promotes, obviously, Jean-Francois Bilot up into the P1 spot, with Tobias Schwulenberg in 2nd. And then it's going to be Thunjatorn Konkum starting in a very, very good 3rd for the first anniversary GP. Obviously, looking at the championship standings, it is still Fraser leading the championship. So I think as long as he just keeps it clean and obviously tries to make up a few places in the first opening laps, he could still be back on the podium. And considering championship leader Weitz championship contender Weitz starting down in 20th, and his other championship contender Shotanos starting in 21st, I think it is going to be quite the solid race for Fraser. Just going to have to hope to stay out of trouble, obviously. But yeah, drama. I think this is actually going to be the first ever time we've had a driver lose their pole position due to an incident in qualifying. And the grid is set, and we are here for the first anniversary Grand Prix, just Almost there, actually. We're not there just yet, but we're almost there. Either way, we'll see though what Fraser is going to be able to do from 4th today. I think obviously turn 1 it's going to get a bit messy. We've seen that in these previous races in Silverstone. And we are here, almost here, and yeah, there we go. So we're here, and the grid is set for the 1st anniversary Grand Prix, and starting unofficially from pole position will be Jean-Francois Bilot, the Frenchman. I believe this is the 4th time for the French driver starting in the P1 spot. Officially, he's still obviously on 3 poles, and it is the Formula E runner-up Tobias Schwulenberg with a much better qualifying compared to 2 weeks ago. He will be starting in 2nd. Then Thunderturn Konkum starts a brilliant 3rd for MP Motorsport with official pole sitter Daniel Fraser, who has been demoted down into 4th. Adam Hidayat starts a brilliant 5th with Remus McGregor, the DTM champion and Formula E race winner, will be starting in 6th, with Ara Chowdhury for High Tech in 7th, and it is Rodrigo Jimenez in 8th, with Rosetta Martinez in 9th, and Eduardo Silva rounding out the top 10. Mattia Dragovic starts P11 with Alex Broster in the Campos in 12th, and behind Broster is his fellow countryman Ollie Boaks in the Carlin 13th. Then it is Ari Soilu, the FE champion, starts 14th with Nikhil Walji in P15. Eric Adler, who now has a win at this circuit, is P16 with Håkon Olsen in 17th. Matthias Poco lines up P18, and Rini Sundevik, after his crash in qualifying, will be P19 with Ide Weiss, quite a lowly starting position for the Swede, with and the same applying for Ruan Shatanas in 21st. And taking the final spot on the grid will be Kuben Grissom, racing for High Tech. Let's go down to the grid then. 23 laps of Formula 2 racing action await us here at the Silverstone circuit, and it is Jean-Francois Bilot on pole position as we have 6 lights. And we're underway here at Silverstone, and a good start for Schwulenberg there. He's going to get Bilot into turn 1. Bilot once again caught napping on the start as he's going to defend from the German on the outside. And Schwulenberg does take it. There's a Trident off at turn 1, and that's Hidayat. After such a good qualifying, it's going to be him off, and Soilu off as well. That's a massive shame for him. Boaks battling with McGregor's. Boaks gets sent over the curb, trying to battle with the Scotsman, and Hidayat is out at the turn 1. Schwulenberg battling for the lead as they're going to head down the Wellington Straight. It's going to be Schwulenberg on the inside into Brooklands, and Konkum's going to get involved as well. He dives down the inside of Schwulenberg as he's going to go. He's going to try to get below as well on the outside, but I think he's trying to bite off more than he could chew here, and he does go wide, and Schwulenberg is going to get it back. He's going to get the position back as Daniel Fraser now gets invited to the battle as Konkum ran a bit wide and thus got compromised on exit. There's Chowdhury, who is trying it on Fraser. He's going to be on the inside line there. Massive risk for the Pakistani, but he's still able to hang on, and he's all over the back of the Brit here. Woolley tried though into Maggots. He is on the inside line, and they're going to go side by side, and they make contact, and Fraser once again caught out at Maggots, and he is out. I believe he's stuck in the gravel, and Fraser sent spinning round as the championship leader out of the 1st anniversary Grand Prix. An absolute drama here at turn 1. It's promoted Chowdhury up into 4th, and Daniel Fraser is out. Obviously, I was talking about how he was only supposed to keep it clean throughout this race to maintain the lead of the championship, but he is out. On lap 1, massive drama here at Silverstone already. And looking at 6th position, there's Jimenez on the inside of his fellow countryman Eduardo Silva, but on the inside has been caught napping a bit. There's Martinez on the inside as Jimenez with the better traction goes around the outside. He's going to try it once again, though, into Aintree. The two are going to be wheel to wheel, and there is Alex Broster just behind. And he is going to try to get involved in this battle. It's going to be on the inside of his former teammate, Rosetta Martinez. The two are going to go wheel to wheel as Broster is going to have the outside line, then the less favorable line through Luffield. And it is going to send him out wide. And this is going to invite Remus McGregor into the battle, I am sure. And there he comes, the Flying Scotsman in the BWT HWA car. He's having a look on the outside, switches to the inside though, as they're going to go wheel to wheel into Cops. And Broster remains ahead then for now. McGregor then he's got to be careful to not try it into Maggots. There's Schwulenberg who is trying it into Chapel on the inside of below, but Jean does defend from the German. And Thunderthorn Konkum there in third as well, with Abra Chowdhury in the battle for the lead as well. All these guys except below fighting for their first win in Formula 2. All of them rookies this season except the old fox Jean-Francois Below, who has been present on the grid ever since 2017 with ART Grand Prix, as Chowdhury's going to try it round the outside into Vale on Thunderthorn Konkum. The Pakistani punches his way through up into third, goes Abra Chowdhury, and there's Silva on the inside, and he's spun going over the curb, and that's not gone too well. And on re-entry he's hit Martinez, that is, and he's trying to re-enter again. Oh, and that is dangerous from Eduardo Silva, and it has, and he's gone into Sundevik. Now that is absolutely not it by Eduardo Silva. I don't know what he was doing there, but he should have waited for the cars to go past. And there on the inside it's Tobias Schwulenberg, and he's gone past Jean-Francois Below for the lead, but Jean is not going to let that slide. I am sure of it, as he's going to be on the inside line and into Brooklyn's Schwulenberg later on the brakes, as he's going to hold it on the inside. Well defended from the Harouz, and he takes the lead of the first anniversary Grand Prix away from Jean-Francois Below. Very well done from Tobias Schwulenberg. The Formula E race winner wants to become race winner in Formula 2 as well. And obviously trying to make amends for the horrible race he had 2 weeks ago. He's going to want to prove it here. There's Chowdhury and Below side by side. Below caught napping. Chowdhury fights his way past. This man is on fire today, starting from 6th. Already made up 4 positions in 3 laps. And I think he already will be going for the lead, as there's been a crash, and that's Shotanus and Olsen. And Shotanus, another championship contender, wiped out at Maggots. And this must have been a pretty high speed. That's going to put both the Dams and the HWA car out, as there's Broster and Martinez fighting tooth and nail for 6th. And it is going to be Broster who does defend from Martinez. But now what happened to Rowan Shotanus? We could get the replay of it. So we're going to see that the man in 15th, who was going wheel to wheel with Håkon Olsen, and Olsen just goes wide and spins him around and just collects Shotanus. Now that is going to be on Håkon Olsen, unfortunately, just as the incident between Chowdhury and Fraser was. It's basically the same thing as that, but I think these drivers should know by now that going side by side into Maggots and Beckett's proves to be a bad idea, and how high of a speed you're going. We're very lucky to not have a very major accident into the wall, obviously. But Schwulenberg taking, obviously leading the race now. From Chowdhury, and then Below in third, who's been able to hang on to that P3. We're looking at Below's teammate Adelberg down in 12th, chasing down Nikhil Walji in the Prema. Looking a bit further up the field, there's Thunderthorn Konkum trying to get his 3rd place back. And he's trying to overtake Jean-Francois Below. Obviously, now that we're on lap 4, we're going to have DRS. So Below's just going to have to hope to not fall out of the DRS zone. Or the 1 second gap to Abrar Chowdhury. But at the moment, you can see he is losing time on Abrar Chowdhury. And now DRS is going to be active for these guys, except Tobias Schwulenberg. And obviously that's going to allow Chowdhury to close in. Looking a bit further down the field, this is the battle for the first points-paying position between Ollie Boaks and Nikhil Walji. The two are gonna fight amongst each other. There goes Walji to the inside of Boaks into Vale, goes over the curb though, and that's not worked out for Walji, unfortunately for him. Alright, Chowdhury once again setting the fastest lap. This man is on a mission, and we know when Chowdhury has the pace, he is absolutely unstoppable, just as he proved it in Formula E. He's gonna prove it again in Formula 2. Cuban Grissom now in 15th, sets the fastest lap of the race. Nicely done from the American, who started last, obviously, has gotten up into 15th. But quite a hectic start then to the race. Things seem to have calmed down a bit more, hopefully, but Chowdhury and Schwulenberg were still chasing down each other. Below has fallen out of the DRS zone, so he is going to have to defend with all of his might against Thunjatorn Konkum. And Konkum, as we know, a quick driver on his day as well. He proved that in Formula E, fighting for the championship. As Konkum chases down below through Chapel. I wonder if we could get a replay of the start as well to see what happened to Hidayat. But not now then, as we're going to see Thunjatorn Konkum as he's going to try to close in on below. Gets very close, but not enough into Stowe. Could it be into Vale? Let's see if he can do it. And he is going to be on the inside line there. Has a look on the inside line of the ART, but no, he's not close enough. And there's the battle for 11th. That's Adelberg now on Walji. And Eric Adelberg does get ahead of the Canadian into Stowe. So well done then from Eric Adelberg. But let's see what happened at the start then. This is Silva. He was not involved in this. I think it was Hidayat who was. We're going to try to find him. There he is. Adam Hidayat, obviously, who was lined up a previous P7. But this is the race start then. And on board with the man who started P5, actually, if I have to correct myself. And then into turn 1, there is the HWA of McGregor. And it just turns in on him. Just turns in on him, I would say. That's what it looks like, at least. I don't think. And there's Ari Soilo as well. The Finnish driver was knocked out in turn 1 as well. And into turn 1, I got a very, very good getaway. And then on the inside, just gets... Yeah, we couldn't really see that from that angle. If we get the front-facing onboard angle, I think it would be a bit better. There we are. So let's see what happened to Soilo. And this is turn 1. That's Dragovic there on the outside. And he just kind of has nowhere to go there, I would say. Or he did have somewhere to go, but I feel like Mattia just kind of turned it on him. Same with the thing with having a Hidayat, but I think the Hidayat thing was kind of just put... I think was kind of self-inflicted, really. Going back to the racing action, Rodrigo Jimenez chasing down Thunjatorn Konkum as these two are going to be stuck behind Jean-Francois below in third, who once again just gets caught napping on the start again. There's Dragovic on the inside of McGregor though, into Aintree. He gets it done. Nice move from Mattia Dragovic, but it is not over yet as McGregor's going to have a look on the inside into Brooklands. The two are going to go wheel to wheel as Dragovic is going to hold the inside line then through Luffield, and Dragovic does defend from the Scotsman in 9th. Looking at Konkum, is he close enough yet? No, he is not. And he's just trying, he's being patient, obviously, behind below at the moment. It is still the early stages of the race, so things can still change, obviously. As Schwulenberg and Chowdhury are just pulling away from these guys. Chowdhury's been about 5 tenths from Schwulenberg at the moment as Konkum gets very, very close. Will he try it on the inside of Stowe? Yes, he does, as he is going to be just about wheel to wheel with below, and he gets it through Stowe. He gets it done before the Vale chicane, and Thunjatorn Konkum finally up into third, and Jimenez is going to try to take advantage of this as well. and below though defends from the inside line. So well done then from Jean-Francois below there, defending at making sure he does not go down 2 positions. There's Jimenez and below going wheel to wheel. Jimenez trying to stick it on the outside, but he can't find. He can't find the gap to go past at the moment. As you have Jimenez, you can see he's just all over the back of below at the moment, just isn't able to get past, unfortunately. There is Jimenez through Cops. As you can see, he is very, very close to the back of below. Will he try anything into Maggots and Beckett's? Hopefully not. He's still on the inside line there, and he's gone wide through Maggots, and that's not giving him the best of advantages compared to below. Luckily, he wasn't alongside below at that moment, because then it would have been quite the accident, obviously. Looking at Nikhil Walji in 12th, and who is chasing down Ollie Boaks in 11th at the moment. Boaks, who himself is trying to chase down Eric Adelberg, but yeah, at the moment it is a bit of a stalemate here in the midfield at the moment. But there, side by side, that is Jimenez with Below on the inside line. Is Below going to fall down yet another position here, as Jimenez is going to be on the inside line through Brooklands, but he's going to have the less superior outside line through Luffield, and that is going to allow Below to defend from Jimenez for now. Looking at the midfield, then Walji is going to try to get past Boaks. One thing he couldn't do a few laps earlier is going to be wheel to wheel with the Brit through Stowe. Sorry for the absence of commentary, by the way. But Walji's going to go around the outside into Vale. Boaks then caught napping as Poco gets past as well. And he goes up into 12th, but he's not got the best of runs heading out of club. Will Boaks be able to do anything? No, he does not at the moment, and Boaks now has teammate Weitz down in 14th at the moment. There's Jimenez then, who I think finally does get past Jean-Francois Below, unless the Frenchman is going to put up a bit of defending, and he does so on the inside line into Brooklands, but I think Jimenez should have this easily. He's going to have the inside line through Luffield. And finally, he does get past. Looking a bit further up the field then. Broster now catches up to below, and below is just falling like a stone here. Considering he started on pole, he's almost going to go down to P6 here, as Broster will try it on the inside of the Frenchman into Stowe. Sorry, I'm completely forgetting the words here. I'm very sorry. But Broster does get it done, and it just goes from bad to worse for below. And there is Weitz on Ollie Boakes. He puts his teammate in his place as he goes up into 13th. And Boakes might lose out to Grissom here, who is going to have a look on the outside, but it unfortunately does not work for Kuben Grissom. As there is the high-tech and the Carling going wheel-to-wheel. Grissom is going to try to get past Ollie Boakes. Boakes not having the greatest of races now either, as he is just falling down the order as well. Grissom's going to be on the inside line of Boakes, but he is going to be the outside through Luffield, and we all know how this one goes. It is going to be Boakes who will be are going to be behind, or is going to be behind Boakes at the moment, but he's just going to have to be patient and wait for his chance. Martinez then currently in 7th is going to try to get past below here, but we'll see if he's going to be able to do that. Then down the hanger straight, will he get his chance into Stowe as he's got the DRS? No, he does not. He's not close enough just yet. Could possibly try something into Vale then for Martinez, but he might have to watch about Dragovic behind, because Dragovic is looking quite close in this pack as well. And then you got McGregor in 9th as well. As they're going to head into turn 3 once again. Below is at the moment going to remain just ahead, but Martinez should get his chance now as they're going to head out of Aintree, and he is going to have the DRS to provide him with the advantage down the straight, something that Below obviously does not have. Will he try anything on the inside line for now? No, he does not, as Ollie Boakes is once again going to be under pressure from Kuben Grissom, who goes on the inside line of the Brit, but once again his attempt will be in vain, as Boakes has the inside line through Luffield, and Grissom is going to be left in 15th. There's Rosetta Martinez in 7th. He's going to be chasing down below, down the hanger straight. Let's see if he can do it, and he looks to be close enough to the ART Grand Prix car, as he's going to go on the inside line through Stowe. Should be an easy move for Martinez. Below does hang on, though, to his position as best as he can, as they're going to head into Vale. There is McGregor and Dragovic side by side, as well as Martinez does get past below. Dragovic defense from McGregor, but Dragovic's gone over the curb, and he's spun, and he's hit him. He's collected Remus McGregor with him, and both of them have been put out of the race. Dragovic slammed into the wall, and there's Ide Weitz, who's going to take advantage of this as he goes on the inside line, gets past into 11th, and now this has thrown everything into a bit of disarray, but Dragovic and McGregor making contact. That is big, as they were trying to battle each other. Dragovic just lost it on the curb and collected McGregor. There's Poco and Walji going at it for P9. This brings these guys up 2 places now. So that brings Matthias Poco up into 9th. Ollie Boakes then now in 13th. is still defending from Kuben Grissom. Grissom, though, around the outside. Will he be able to do it? Now he has the inside line through left field, and it should work for the American, and it does. So he is ahead of Ollie Pokes. And Grissom now has the stricken McGregor. Shame for McGregor, really, who was doing quite well in this race. He's going to go on the inside line through Cops. Will he get it done? Not yet. And he's going to be wheel-to-wheel through Maggots and Beckett's. Will he? He's going to be on the inside line, but he runs a bit wide. Grissom forced off the track, but he's still going to try to make the move through Chapel, around the outside. And is he going to complete it? McGregor still hangs on with a broken car, I have to say. Still, that was some impressive defending. Either way, Kuben Grissom does get ahead for 12. Could we get a replay of that? That was nail-biting of an overtake. And you can see here, Kuben Grissom, if we could get the onboard here. And you can see that he switches to the outside in the final moment. And then through Maggots here, you can see he runs wide. They make contact. Grissom runs wide. It was just out of control from one point. Still wheel-to-wheel here. Just gets on the power and gets it done. I have to say, a very brave move from Kuben Grissom to just not back out of it at all. And this is the view from, this is the onboard from McGregor, obviously. Who's got the American high-tech driver in his rearview mirrors. And at this point, he's up and alongside Grissom. And then through Maggots, they're wheel-to-wheel here. And obviously, McGregor runs wide on the curb and just makes contact with him, which is on him if it would have been an accident. But you can see they're on the inside. Grissom completes the move very fantastically, I have to say. So nice overtake from Kuben Grissom, who gets himself up into 12th, and now behind Ite Weitz in 11th, who has a very big gap to Nikhil Walji for some reason. McGregor, then obviously I think that is going to be his race over, considering he is quite far down the field and he's got a broken car as well to go along with it. Matija Dragovic out of the race, which is a massive shame, as Grissom's going to be on the inside of Weitz already. Something about high-techs and making overtakes today. I don't know what it is, but Grissom's going to be on the inside line through Aintree, and he even gets the DRS before the activation point. That is going to leave Weitz absolutely hanging there without DRS. But he's still going to have a look on the inside line. Not before McGregor swings it around the outside. Where did that come from? Either way, he's going to get himself ahead of Ite Weitz, who loses 2 positions to both Grissom, his former teammate Kuben Grissom, and Remus McGregor. Now let's see how McGregor did this. And there was Grissom on the inside line, obviously, who got it done into Aintree. And you can see Weitz got so unlucky there. He was just ahead of the DRS activation, so he got no DRS. And then on the inside, he tries it. And then it was just sudden braking. I don't know what happened with Weitz, but McGregor took the advantage, went round the outside, and he got it done on Ite Weitz. So still a pretty nice move, considering he is driving a pretty broken car. Broster then chasing down Jimenez, as Boakes is now going to try to get past Ite Weitz. Now it is Weitz who's falling down the field, but Weitz still has a look on the inside line, and it has compromised him a bit here, as Boakes re-overtakes his Carlin teammate for P13. And there's the battle for P4. It's Broster versus Jimenez. One Brit faring a bit better than the other, as Broster goes on the inside line of Jimenez. Jimenez then on the outside line can't quite hang on to the position, as it is Alex Broster in his home race who gets up into 4th. Well done from Broster. Looking at the battle for the lead then, which has been raging on for these past 14 laps. Schwulenberg versus Chowdhury. Chowdhury's just been hanging out behind the Charouz driver, but he hasn't found any successes just yet with making moves on the German. As he follows him through Brooklands and Luffield. as Poco is chasing down Adelberg now. ART running 7 and 8 at the moment, as Poco in the Charus is gonna be in 9. You can see he's gonna be in the slipstream. He gets very close through Cops, but obviously not close enough into Maggots. But I think there's going to be a move there very soon. Either way, we're going to look at Chowdhury. Is he close enough to Schulenberg? No, he's not just yet. Still two tenths behind the German, just about. Is he going to try anything into Vale? No, he does not. Runs a bit wide at Vale, in fact. So he won't be getting the move for now. There is Ole Boaks trying to charge his way through the field. He's going to go on the inside line of McGregor. Is he going to be close enough then? And Matija Dragovic is out. I don't know why that message came now, considering he retired a few laps ago, but better late than never, I suppose, as Ole Boaks is going to go around the outside, and he does get past Remus McGregor. Well done from Ole Boaks, who gets back up into 12th, should I say. But he's now got a 2.3 second gap to Kuba and Grissom in 11th. I have to say, though, from P22 to P11, Kuba and Grissom, he's not done a bad job. Either way, we're going to look at one man who's going to try to go from P9 to P8 in this current time. Matthias Poco is going to try to get past Eric Adelberg, but unfortunately isn't getting close enough to the Swiss driver so far. Or at the moment, should I say. As they head into Cops. Poco chasing down Adelberg. Is he close enough into Maggots though? No, he's not. So he'll be staying behind for the time being, though. But look at Chowdhury. He's getting very close to Schulenberg for the race lead. And he's going to go on the inside line of Stowe. The two going lead to lead, wheel to wheel for the lead of the race and their first win. Chowdhury's got it on the outside, heading into Vale. Will he have it? Yes, he has. And Abra Chowdhury takes the lead of the first anniversary Grand Prix. Well done, Abra Chowdhury. And on lap 15 of 23, we have a new race leader, as Chowdhury finally, all the patience paid off from P6 to P1. It is Abra Chowdhury who takes it. And yeah, just a fantastic overtake from Abra Chowdhury, really. Just waited, and he finally got close enough on the inside through Stowe. A fantastic and just really clean overtake by Abra Chowdhury. Very well done. And it once again shows the Pakistanis' driving ability. Poco then, will they be able to make the move on Eric Adelberg for the time being, as he's still chasing down the RT Grand Prix? Goes to the outside, but I do not think he is close enough to try anything, and he is not. So Poco will remain in 9th for the time being. There's Ide Weitzen, who's been sent down to 14th. He's going to try to get past Remus McGregor, who overtook him a few laps prior with that outside overtake into Brooklands, as they go side by side through Maggots. Or not side by side. What am I saying? Not side by side, obviously, but two men who might be going side by side are the two ART Grand Prix drivers. Adelberg's going to be on the inside line of Below. Below's going to go down yet another position here as he goes on the inside, Eric Adelberg, and does get it done on Jean-Francois Below. So that's Eric Adelberg into 7. Now he's got a bit of a buffer between him and Poco in 9th. So Below is most likely going to try to get his defensive game up to try and aid his teammate here. Will Poco be the next one to get past below this lap. We're going to see as he's going to follow the Frenchman through into the loop. He already has a look on the inside line there. As, yeah, here he goes into Aintree. He's going to be on the inside and he's going to go wheel to wheel. And he even has the DRS below. Was ahead before the DRS activation zone, so it's going to give Poco the DRS and the advantage, and he is ahead into Brooklyn. Snow below still going to try to hang on to the position, but it is futile as Poco ultimately does get through for 8th position. And you can see, I think it has helped. It is a 1.2 second gap between Poco and Adelberg, so I guess below did at least help his teammate a bit here. Looking at Idevites then, who is still trying to get past Remus McGregor. He's been stuck behind the Scotsman. He's having a look on the inside line though. Very late launch from Vites. Obviously, unfortunately did not work for Idevites, as he is going to follow Remus McGregor at the moment through Maggots and Beckett. It's a shame to see him out of the points, obviously, considering Shotanus and Fraser are out of this race. Could have been a championship lead for him, but I guess it's just the wrong time, wrong place for Idevites. There's Jean-Francois below, still hanging on to the back of Matheus Poco, as Chowdhury is absolutely pulled away from Tobias Schwulenberg at the moment. Look at that, 1.4 seconds he's pulled away by. So Chowdhury is just absolutely flying at the moment. That guy's got impeccable pace at the moment. As we watch Eric Adelberg head through Brooklands, that gap is only increasing to Poco, as Adelberg, I guess, is more focused on chasing down Mosena Martinez in 6th at the moment. There is Abra Chowdhury, and I did not think of this actually, but I think Chowdhury could actually take the lead of the championship heading out of this round. I think he could do it. We're going to look at the battle for a second. Then Schwulenberg has fallen back, obviously, on Abra Chowdhury. And this has allowed Trinitron Konkum to catch up. Is Konkum going to be able to get second from Schwulenberg? Here he goes on the inside into Vale, but he goes over the curb and ultimately is not able to overtake Tobias Schwulenberg. So that is still the German in 2nd position. But Konkum gets quite a good exit out of club. Into Abbey, though he does not try. It follows the German through turns 1 and 2. Might he try something into Farm? We're going to see if he's going to be able to do it. Or sorry, Village this is. I'm confused, Village and Farm. As I think Vites has finally got him past Remus McGregor for P13. There he is. And he's ahead. We're going to see how he did it, though. As I think he must have done it into Stowe. Yeah, there he goes with the DRS. And he just goes on the inside line. And then finishes it off with an outside move at Vale. And very nicely done from Idevites. Although it is only for P13, obviously. And there's Konkum on the inside of Schwulenberg into Brooklands. He's going to switch to the outside for Luffield, though. And unfortunately, it is not going to work for Konkum. So Schwulenberg placing his car in the right spot there. And he will stay in 2nd for now. Good defending from Tobias Schwulenberg as he stays in 2nd. Schwulenberg then, who has been holding on or held on to his P1 spot for a very long while. I'm sure he's going to be able to hold on to that P2 by quite a bit as well. We'll see, though, if Konkum will be able to punch his way through the German in the Charus. There's obviously only 4 laps to go in this race. As Walje, it's now going to be his turn to get past Jean-Francois below on the inside. He's going to send him out of the points even, as he's going to go on the inside line of the Frenchman. Is he going to be able to get past? I think he does so. Is Kuben Grissom going to join the party as well? As there's Adelberg, who gets past Rosetta Martinez. One ART going down the field, the other is going up, as Adelberg up into 6th position. Very well done from the Swiss driver. Martinez then still hanging on the back of Eric Adelberg at the moment. We'll see if he's going to be able to hold on to that position. There's Matthias Poco in 8th as well, as Adelberg once again has created a buffer between him and Poco. And one thing as well, Eric Adelberg, who started 16th, is now up into P6, so he's driving a fantastic performance at the moment. There's Grissom, though, on the inside of below. The man who started last in this race is going to score points after all, as he's going to go around the outside. Is he going to get it done, though? I don't think he will, as he does not get it done. Below holds on to the 10th for the time being. And there's Konkum, who was, I think, battling with Schwulenberg for 2nd. But unfortunately, though, he was not able to get past. Schwulenberg strong on the defense in 2nd, but Konkum is going to come back at him on the inside line into Stowe. Should be a theoretically easy move for Thunjatorn Konkum, as Schwulenberg is going to put up a bit of defense, but he can't do much. As is he ahead? He is ahead. Thunjatorn Konkum goes up into 2nd place, as Schwulenberg falls down into 3rd, so Konkum up into 2nd with 3 laps to go. There is Grissom, though, on the inside line into Stowe on below, and he does get past for P10. Very well done from Kuben Grissom, from P22 to 10 positions. That is a total of 12 positions gained for the American. And there's he divides ahead of Ollie Boakes. Up in the 12th goes Swede ahead of his Carlin teammate. These two have been battling for quite a bit in this race, obviously. There's Martinez hanging on to the back of Adelberg. He's got the DRS. You can see how close he is. He's going to line up alongside the Swiss driver on the inside line. Will he be able to get past on the inside line into Brooklands? Now Adelberg has the inside into Luffield, and we know how this is going to end. Martinez is going to be forced wide, and it is going to be Matthias Poco who is going to try to take advantage of this with an opportunistic overtake. He's going to go on the outside line, but he switches to the inside into Kops. But we know the outside line is better for defending into Kops. He should still be able to hang on to the position, Poco. But he's going to have to stay behind for the time being. Into Stowe, then Poco and Martinez separated by 0.3 of a second at the moment. These three trailing quite close to each other, and there in the back is Nikhil Walji, who's closing up to these guys as well. So we'll see if Walji will be joining this battle in these final few laps. I didn't actually realize we're on lap 22-23, so we've only got about 2 laps to go, in fact. As they head through the loop and Aintree, Martinez is going to get the DRS down the Wellington straight. It's going to give him another opportunity to try it on Eric Adelberg, obviously. And he is closing, he's closing, he's closing. And will he go for it? He goes for it on the inside line. Late lunge from Martinez gets ahead momentarily through Brooklands. The two are going to be wheel to wheel. Martinez is going to be ahead on the outside line, but he does get forced wide. And Poco's going to come back at him here on the inside line. He's going to be there. Poco then still tries to hang it on as he's going to be on the inside line through Cops. Martinez does defend. Same story as last lap, as Martinez defends 7th position from Matheus Poco. We'll see though, and Martinez obviously will be scoring points, so it's still a pretty good performance from the Filipino driver. As we're now officially on the final lap of the race, so 23 laps, and obviously 7 of those led by Abrar Chowdhury of Hitech, the brand new team that has debuted this season in Formula 2, bringing it up to a 22 car field. I do not know who's typing to me at this hour, but Martinez is going to go on the inside line there of Eric Alderberg for the final lap for P6, and Martinez does get it done, and he gets the DRS as well, and it is gonna be double trouble for Eric Adelberg, as Matheus Poco there is gonna try to pick up the scraps of this battle, as Martinez is gonna be on the inside line of Eric Adelberg through Luffield, and he gets it done. What a shock from Rosetta Martinez. That was a brilliant move from the man from the Philippines. And there's Walji on Poco in the final lap of the race. Walji, I think, is gonna get ahead of the Canadian. Nicely done then from Nikhil Walji as well, and Rosetta Martinez. Very well done from him. There's Eric Adelberg in 7th, who's going to chase down Martinez in these final few laps, but coming around the final few corners, arguably one of the greatest Formula 2 performances I have seen in all the years of Formula 2. Abrar Chowdhury, a winner in Formula E, and now in Formula 2 as he wins the first anniversary Grand Prix here at Silverstone. What a performance from Abrar Chowdhury as he crosses the line to win at Silverstone. Thorn Konkum in 2nd, and Tobias Schwulenberg in 3rd, and Rosetta Martinez just hangs on to P6. Very well done then. Below's just going to finish outside of the points. Kuben Grissom from P22 to P10, and Eric Adelberg, who started 16th. Very well done, but let's go through the results, and I'll skim through these quickly because I have a few other matters to attend to as well, but it is Abrar Chowdhury taking his first win in Formula 2. This man, I have to say, I think he's going to be a future Formula 1 driver if things keep up like this. Thorn Konkum finishes 2nd, his first podium in F2. Same goes for Tobias Schwulenberg in 3rd. Alex Broster finishes a very, very respectable 4th, with Rodrigo Jimenez in 5th, and Martinez, who just got Eric Adelberg on the final lap. Martinez 6th with Adelberg in 7th. Walji gets 8th with Poco in 9th, and Kuben Grissom starting last, finishing P10 with the fastest lap as well. That's 1 extra point to the American. Jean-Francois Bilot is going to be a race to forget for him, unfortunately. From P1 to P11, it'll be a massive shame for the Frenchman, with Idevites and Ollie Bogues, the two Carlin boys, 12th and 13th, with Remus McGregor in 14th, and the final finisher is really Sundevik. And then all finishers are Dragovic, Olsen, Shotanus, Silva, Fraser, Hidayat, and Soilu. And that has been it for F2 today. Thanks so much for watching. Before we will go, obviously, I will award Driver of the Day. And if I have to give it to someone, now it is a difficult race, honestly. There's so many people I want to give it to, but I am gonna give it to Abrar Chowdhury, because that man started P6 and he just absolutely sliced his way through the order like it was absolutely nothing. Really, really amazing performance from the Pakistani. It's a really well-deserved win for Abrar Chowdhury. Honorable mention, Kuma Grisser from 22nd to 10th, and Eric Adelberg from 16th to 7th. Really great performances from both of them, but Abrar Chowdhury, you are my driver of the day. That's been it then for Formula 2. Thank you so much for watching another fantastic F2 race. Once again, I have been your commentator, Miran. Make sure to stay tuned for Formula 1 tomorrow, the Formula 1 first anniversary Grand Prix at the Silverstone circuit. Make sure to not miss that. Then we've got the Super Formula round on Sunday at the Bahrain International Circuit. But until then, I've been Miran. Thank you so much for watching the ACOC. Thank you, and goodbye.